Hi, I'm Reynaldo and welcome to Reypurposed Made. Thank you for watching. This is my YouTube channel where I take you through my furniture making process and show you that any old piece of furniture can also be a custom piece of art. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel to see what's coming up next. Enjoy. Another set of bed risers. It's what everyone needs. It's what I do. It's the biggest selling thing I have on Etsy. I probably made about 600 or 700 different types of bed risers, and they're all different, but these are extra special. These are extra special because not only is it a repurposed project, it is also a set of bed risers going half a world away for a military service member. So let me tell you a little bit about this. I mentioned before in previous YouTube videos that I had a big project, a bed that I created that the client no longer needed. So I took apart and saved like the pieces that I really liked, namely the headboard and the cabinet doors. It was a really, really big bed. It was a queen size bed with about 50 cubic feet of storage below. And it had 6 different doors, cabinet doors on each side of the bed. So when I took the bed apart, I save the pieces that I really want. Now, I couldn't take a whole bed back to the studio, but I could definitely take the headboard and the doors. There were 12 doors. I was only able to salvage 7 because of how I constructed it so well I couldn't take it apart. And that is where these pieces come from. And Flor is the Etsy client who I spoke with, and she needed bed risers pretty tall because she's at a military base in Afghanistan, and she needs a lot of extra space under her bed. And the type of bed she has is metal frame, metal legs, 2-inch square, just metal legs. Now that seems like a simple construction. It is a simple construction for a bed, but it's one of the harder bed risers for me to make because with a skinny pole like that, it really needs to have a lot of footing for that bed riser on the floor. So it needs to have something either really, really heavy or something that is spread out a lot. So my challenge today was how can I take old pieces from a previous project, clean up my studio in the meantime, make some really cool, difficult bed risers, and honor a service member who's serving to protect our country. All in one project right here. So the first thing I did was I took the 7 cabinet doors that I had. Now, as you can see here, there's 8. There's 2 sides to each piece, so there was 1 missing. So I took all the 7 doors that I had and cut them up to size to be just about this high. Those extra pieces that I cut went back into the project also. You kind of see this here. This is where the actual bed leg sits, and those 2 pieces right there came from the cabinet door also. And then this piece right here, this is the piece that protects the bed from like slipping out. This piece here was also part of the cabinet door. So true repurpose project. It came right back on itself. The only like new pieces I think were the base piece, this piece here, and this back piece here. Now, the reason why these pieces are so big, yeah, the cabinet doors were already 12 inches wide, but if it was a different type of bed riser project, I might have made this like skinnier. But we want as much mass and as much footing on the floor as possible because the legs themselves are so skinny. So the new pieces, only 2 new pieces per bed riser. This piece here and this piece here. So basically these 2 pieces. And that is like the whole gist of the project. It was pretty cool to do something where I was taking a previous project and making it new, but to know that I was going for someone who's half a world away and they have not as many home comforts, and to somehow make their bed, make their living space in Afghanistan more comfortable was a great honor for me. So I'm really happy to be able to do that. And I love the way the project came out. I showed Flor it already, so I know that she likes the bed risers, and hopefully she'll get them in a couple of days. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Stick around, there's a little bit more. But I wanted to make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons below to catch my latest content. I post twice a week, always every Monday and Thursday. And if you wanted to follow me on social media or get your very own Reypurposed piece, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Etsy, and Gmail under Reypurposed. Thank you and keep watching. This project is a convergence of three different major things. One is a Reypurposed project, two is an overseas project, and three is a bed riser project for a bed that is kind of hard to raise, especially if you want to raise it higher than like 6 to 7 inches. So there's different ways that I would approach all three of those things if I were to come about again. I hope to never approach having to take apart one of my previous projects and turn it into something. I want people to have these custom pieces forever. So that is one thing I hope to never have to redress. But if I do have to take another project again, it will always be something else, something different, something new, something greater. And as far as the overseas part, I learned something new here that I didn't know before, that all military bases, all U.S. military bases, wherever they are in the world, are considered U.S. territories. So it would always be like domestic rates, which is like great. So I don't have any trepidation about doing international projects. I've done a lot before. I'm just happy that it's technically a half a road away, but also on U.S. territory, so I get like good rates. There's no issue about that. And lastly, the bed riser project for a bed that has really skinny legs and wants to be tall. Um, I've done bed riser projects before for legs like this, but it was local. So I had the freedom to make them as massive as possible because they weren't being shipped. Being shipped is where all the exorbitant costs come from. So because I was doing a local bed riser project for a skinny leg bed, I just made them really massive. They were like corner objects. They were giant, and I was still able to give the 12-inch height and the bed to be sturdy. Now, when it comes to, let's say, doing a giant bed riser project, a giant tall bed riser project for a bed that's overseas, it would have to be this design because this is easy to ship, but it still works. So now I could probably do this domestically also. So I learned some stuff.